Hey there, how's it going, eh? So, Gamer Dad here. We're just gonna go over the week's events and in some of my favorite video games, what's going along, and what's happening, and how video game companies just keep getting greedier and greedier. It's almost unbelievable. So, first this week in Star Citizen, they had a few things going on. They had Inside Star Citizen, which went over the gameplay experience. And what you see now is some preliminary work on some of the ships. And the biggest thing that they're doing right now is they are making salvaging work. So we hope to get hand salvaging pretty quick. And that should be very neat. It's almost, well, it's another laser beam, of course. I'm not going to talk anything up too much for Star Citizen because, full disclaimer, it is in alpha. It is very buggy at times. Sometimes it doesn't even work. And whenever they add something new and big like this, I usually give it a little time. But the fact that they're putting it in is very good because it's been put off for a very long time. And the last time, actually this week, they were talking about gameplay experience, and the big man there was talking, and he actually said a little tidbit of information about how they are trying to go around the circle for careers and game loops and all of the things like that, right? So they want to get, right now you're looking at derelicts. So they want to get those in and they want to get some iterations of them going. And then they're going to move on to the next thing. Right now they have mining in game and bounty hunting. And there's a lot of frustration around mining right now because it's not working that well. But that's mostly because they, like I said, want to put everything into the game first in its baseline iteration. And when that happens, then they have a base to work off of and they can tie it all together as they expand on each individual part of it. So it should be, I think it's actually a pretty good tactic. It's going to be a frustrating one because they're going to put stuff in like mining. It's going to work really good for a bit and then it's not going to work as everything else gets put in after it. So it's something that we're going to have to deal with. But like I said, this is an alpha and we're basically their test community for it. So as much as it is the coolest thing going, it seems like it's still going to be very frustrating for many years to come, I believe. So just eyes wide open on that. And if you want to get into it, I have a reference code down below that you can type in for an extra 5,000 credits and I get something extra too. But like I said, totally alpha. If you don't like playing buggy games, you probably shouldn't play this right now. So I like to follow the development. It's very, very cool and going to be awesome. The next thing on my list that I wanted to kind of complain about is how Sony and Gran Turismo 7 is just following this scheme of let's charge massive amounts of money for our game to start. Let's charge massive amounts of money for downloadable content or add-ons. And then on top of that, when the community screams and yells, we might pull it back a tiny little bit because it was totally outrageous to start. But hey, we pulled it back. So now we're your friend again, right? This is the biggest load of garbage I've ever seen. The fact that they are going to start charging people for cars like literally 40, 60, $80 for some of this stuff. I mean, yeah, we play video games so we can be rich and buy really cool cars for what they're worth in the real world. I mean, come on, guys. This is people play video games to escape, to drive the big cars without paying the big money. They've totally missed the point on it. I can't believe that we still give these people money after all the botches that they've had in the last few years that we've pre-ordered and literally given them millions. None of these games have failed monetarily in any way, shape, or form. Just food for thought. So, third thing on my list is Elite Dangerous. And they have brought in walking around on your fleet carrier, which is cool. I think I should be able to do that for the, like, when it's outfitted, you got to pay like $7 billion, I guess, before it's actually outfitted. And not to mention upkeep costs. So to walk around on it, yeah, I think that's fair. I think I deserve to do that. The thing that bothers me, it's all well and good. I really like it. You can walk around, you can go into all the different bar and everything like that. They also have it so you can sit on your bridge, like right here, waiting for the countdown. And you can watch a jump with your fleet carrier from your bridge. You can't pull up any panels on the bridge. You can't look at anything like you do in your own ship on the bridge. There is no functionality for actually seeing what's going on your fleet carrier. Like I wish they would just put in more effort from the start, because this all seems pretty added on. But in the end of it, the biggest thing that bothers me is a little comment they said that they're kind of going back to the status quo. And the status quo is basically, we're not going to talk to you. We're not going to tell you what's going on. We're going to say there's stuff coming up that's really cool, but we're not going to tell you what it is. And it might not ever show up. So just sit and wait. And we might give you another little tidbit in a month or two. But we're not going to give you any details because it's not ready for public consumption. I don't know. It seems like Elite Dangerous could be one of the best things out there if they put in some time, money, and effort. And I'm not saying they haven't done that in the last year to fix what they sold me for an extra $40. Not to mention whatever extra I paid to be a tester for them, I guess. That was so buggy that the first time I logged in, I got kicked out and I never logged in again for the entire test phase. Because I can't believe that they would charge me extra for literally an alpha state game. And then when they release it, they literally took over a year to make it work right again. And now they're just going back into maintenance. Now, that just blows my mind that for the last year they've said, yes, we're going to communicate, we're going to talk to the community, we're going to tell you what's going on, we're going to have updated lists of problems and bugs, and we're going to let you all know what's going on. But in the end, they were very sporadic. Not many. Lots of the time, they would go for a while without much info, being very vague like they always are. Then they go on literally like 3 months of silence to tell us that they can't do a console update. And now we're just back to holding it steady, I guess. So that's the news I wanted to talk about this week. And I want everybody out there to have a nice week. Good luck to you, and have a good one. See y'all later.